Hello, my name is Stephen Bradshaw. I'll be narrating my Ironman triathlon project. You can follow along with me, the PowerPoint I've provided in the upload. What is the Ironman triathlon? Well, typically it's a very strenuous one-day race. It consists of a 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike ride, a marathon type run that's 26.2 miles. Top 10 winners average, and this is over the past 5 years worth of data that I have, close to 8.5 hours, or 8 hours and 33 minutes is what the actual average is. For scale, imagine racing from the Orlando, Florida MCO airport to the city limit of Lake City, Florida on your own power. About 150 miles. That is quite a journey. So what does it take to prepare for this race? The diet is a huge factor. There's a lot of training involved. Based on a lot of the data that I've seen, it looks like being able to maintain a high level of endurance and speed, which takes years and years of practice. How fast do you need to be? Well, you don't have to be an Olympic athlete, but it looks like you have to be able to swim 50 meters in 33 seconds at a sustained rate. The average contender, time trial contender for the swimming portion race, I mean, it's about 51 minutes and 55 seconds to be average. For cycling, the average time is 4 hours and 32 minutes and 30 seconds. To give you an idea of how fast that is, that's 29 miles an hour sustained. Average top time for the running or marathon portion of the triathlon is 2 hours and 43 minutes, which is about a 4-minute mile. Following along, there's a nice picture of some gentlemen and ladies running into the swimming portion, followed by the actual data that I use is on display. What are the correlations between the different variables in finishing place? Of 10 contenders, it seems that pacing oneself is going to be definitely the most effective method of completing the Ironman. When I say pacing, I mean a fast and balanced pace. Not giving your all at the beginning, not giving it all at the end, but a sustained endurance, heavy pace. Two of the most effective triathletes, I guess you would call them, is going to be Sebastian Kindly and Jan Frodeno. They are masters at the fast and balanced pace. Sebastian focuses, typically when I look at his data for the last 5 years, he's actually one of the only people who've competed in the last 5 years, winning once in 2014. He focuses on the back half of the race, trying to do his best on the bike time trial, the run time trial, minimizing his transitions. Jan's an absolute beast. He does maximizes his speed during the second transition like Sebastian, but he tends to do very well in the swimming portion as well as the biking portion. Moving along, slide 11 winners. You'll see a picture of Sebastian and Jan there. Jan is relatively new, starting in 2014. Sebastian has been performing since 2012 based on my data. And Sebastian typically will finish in the top 5. He was second in 2016. 5 variables are obviously going to be total time. You need to beat 8 hours and 36 minutes. Swim time needs to be less than 57 minutes and 27 seconds. The first transition from swimming to biking needs to only take you about 2.5 minutes. Bike time, 4 hours and 45 minutes or less. The second transition typically needs to be 3 minutes and 38 seconds. Your jogging time, running time for the marathon portion, 3 hours and 6 seconds, so again averaging about a 4 minute mile, excuse me. Likelihood of the fastest swim time being the winner, well, it's happened 3 times, given the chance about 60%. On this slide you'll see the top 10 for 2013, 2015, and 2016. It shows that there are 3 There are 3 winners, overall winners, who also won the swim portion. But the difference between first and second place can typically be like milliseconds, it looks like, yeah. So just being able, again, to sustain that that pace at a high level and endurance seems to be what makes it the best. Moving on, likelihood of fastest bike time. It seems like the bike time, just being really fast at that, isn't what actually will save you. It looks like over the past 5 years, there's only been one instance where the winner of the bike time trial has actually won the race. 20% chance there, probability 20%. Moving along, the fastest run time, again, only once has this been a huge factor. It looks like, again, try and make sure you pace yourself at a high level. Sebastian in 2014, when he actually won, he did so with a pretty good run time there. So that was an incredible feat for him. The probability of first person out of the water winning the race, or second person out of the water winning the race, or third person, again, it's only happened. It only seems like it's happened once for the first person out of the water over the past 5 years, and once for the second person out of the water over the past 5 years. Again, when you look at the slide, you'll see the time difference between the two. It's down to milliseconds. So the first one you'll see there's actually the same time for Jan and Brent, and then the second listing there you'll see, but the difference between Patrick and Jan was about 1 second. Moving on, probability of the first person off the bike winning the race, second person, third person, etc. Transitioning from bike to running is an incredibly important factor. In both 2014 and 2016, the winners of this time trial went on to actually win. Sebastian and Jan in 2014 and 2016, respectively. And then in 2012, Pete Jacobs, the Australian competitor, and Jan again in 2015, winning going out of the second place. So again, it seems like being able to maintain a high level of endurance and speed are both incredibly important. So what does it take to win? Where should we focus? There's a nice comparison of swim, bike, run overall times that I was able to find. And it talks about swim time against overall time, bike time against overall time, run time against overall time, run time against bike time. And when you look at the scatter plot data here, it's all very closely packed towards the front bottom quadrants. So again, this endurance phenomenon continues. Based on previous winners, there's a definite pattern to success. It seems to me that not placing first but in the top 3 of each major time trial gives you a great chance to win. There is a pattern that defers to a mixture of pacing and speed to effectively win or place in the top 10. Transition time does have a slight effect, but the majority of winners are focusing on high-level endurance during the swimming and running portions of the race, while it seems like they're pacing as much as possible during the cycling portion or biking portion. That concludes my project. I hope you liked it. I hope you have a great rest of your day.